Matt Lenz and I work for PAL Mowing Systems, and today I'm going to show you how easy and simple it is to install the DMT16, the deck mounted trimmer. So the first thing you're going to want to do, obviously once you get it, is take it out of the box. The second thing you're going to want to do is remove the belt shield. It will be assembled on the trimmer, but it's real simple to take off. Just 3 bolts, 1, 2, and 3, but you want to remove that for assembly. Now once you've done that, we've skipped ahead a couple of steps just to save time, and we already have the unit actually mounted, but I'll tell you exactly every step we did to get to this point to being mounted. So you're going to want to take the unit and place it on the front left corner of the mower, okay? And the reason you're going to do that is so as you're trimming, it's not sticking out of the side and you're not going to run into things. You want it to be as close and snug to the mower as possible, but there's a few things that you want to look for. The first thing you're going to look for is belt alignment. So the reason we took the shield off is so you can see these pulleys and how the belt's going to align. Okay, so you can see that the pulley on the trimmer and the pulley on the mower are exactly in line with each other. That'll give the belt a nice straight direction to run, and you shouldn't have any trouble. Okay, after you've done the belt alignment and you're feeling good about the belt and it's not going to rub on anything, the next thing you want to do is your string alignment. And by that, you just flip up the piece of equipment and insert a piece of trimmer string. Okay? And you want to flip it back down. And what we're looking for here, you just rotate the head, and you want to make sure that the head, or that the trimmer string is not going to hit the deck, or on some mowers it comes with a scalp wheel. And on this particular mower, we actually had to remove the scalp wheel so the string wouldn't hit it, which we found is no issue at all. But you want to make sure that, like I said, the string is overlapping the deck. So if it is overlapping the deck properly, you won't have any skips as far as between the mower deck and between the head of the trimmer. So that's one important thing you want to look for, because if you place it too far out, then you're going to have skips or a thin, patch of grass between your mower deck and your trimmer. So always make sure that that trimmer head is overlapping and kind of in line with that deck. If everything is in line with the belt and the trimmer string isn't hitting anywhere, you're really ready to start mounting it. So all you need to do is mark on this mounting plate, there's 4 holes. So just take a Sharpie or a pencil or whatever you have handy and mark your 4 holes on your mounting plate, okay? So just mount them or mark them, and then to make it easier to drill and to mount the actual mounting plate on the mower, I suggest that you just take off the trimmer from the mounting plate, so it's just easier to work with it. And it's a real easy step. You just pull these pins. So it's 1 and 2, and it's really that simple. Okay. Okay. Once you've done that, there's 4 holes on the mounting plate, and you'll find that some of the holes don't always match up the best on every mower deck, but as long as you have a minimum of 3 bolts mounting the mounting plate to the deck, you'll be just fine. So on this particular model, we've drilled 3 holes, and you can tell that that mounting bracket's not going to go anywhere, so we feel real good about it. Once that's done, you're ready to put the trimmer back on the mounting bracket, which again is so simple. You just get your holes lined up, take your pins, and you always want the pin to be facing out so there's no slack inside that's going to hit the belt. So there's that pin, and there's that pin. After you've done that and the trimmer is reassembled back to the mounting bracket, it's time to figure out your belt length. Again, it's a very simple process. If you have a piece of string laying around your garage or shop, that's all you need. And all you do is take the string and go around your main pulley on your trimmer. Okay, and then you're going to want to make it so your tensioner pulley actually has tension on that belt. So you just run it to this side of that tensioner pulley and back around the big drive pulley on the mower. Okay. Once you've done that, you just pinch a string, and you know that you need a belt this long. So what I like to do is just take a tape measure and measure that string length and go to the local hardware store or mower shop and tell them you need a type A V-belt. That's usually the belt that works the best. And whatever length you come up with. If you come up with 66.5 inches, always round up. It seems to work better if you just round up versus rounding down. So go ahead, don't be afraid to get another inch or two on your belt length. One thing that I want to talk to you guys about is the drive pulley on the trimmer. I haven't talked about that yet. On this particular X-Mark mower, what we did was they sell a double pulley for this mower, but we actually had another pulley, so we just mounted it to the original pulley that drives the actual motor blades. It's a very simple process. All you needed for this particular setup was literally 3 bolts, and it was together in probably about 5 minutes. So you just mount it right on top of each other and make sure that they're in line with each other and they're not going to fight, as far as you want them to run true, I guess is the best thing to say. After you've done that, and you've got your drive pulleys on, and you've gone to the hardware store, and you've gotten the right belt length, it's time to put your belt on. So once you put your belt on, you're going to need to loosen this bracket up front, which is your belt guard bracket, in order to get the belt in. But that's all you have to do. So you loosen that bracket and stick in the belt. Okay, and then you run your belt so that tensioner pulley is going to be able to put tension on that belt. And then flip the unit up to put some slack into the belt and wrap it around your drive pulley. And as you lower the trimmer, it takes all that slack out of the belt and puts tension on that belt. And you can see how that tensioner pulley is really working and doing its job. And after that, you're really ready to start trimming. You put your guard back on and you're good to go. One other thing I want to show everybody is just how easy it is to adjust the actual height of trimming with the trimmer. So there's a few points of adjustment that you can make. First is the wheel. You can adjust the wheel up or down, and that'll gain you about a ½ inch either way. The second point of adjustment is right here. You can move the wheel housing again up or down about a ½ inch. So you're looking at a couple of total inches of adjustment there. But if you really want to fine tune it and be within, say, 1/16 or right on the mark as far as the height that you're mowing, you can take this nut off here and literally take a couple washers off or put a couple washers on, whatever you need to do to get that exact height. And then once you're done, just screw it back on. Make sure you tighten it nice and tight, and that's really that simple. Another option that comes standard on our trimmers on the DMT 16 is this UHMW plastic, and we really put that on there not necessarily to protect the trimmer, but to protect certain things that you're going to be trimming around. For instance, this UHMW's got a really nice, slick, smooth finish. So if, for instance, you're trimming in a graveyard or a cemetery or whatever the case, if you accidentally rub against a headstone, it's not going to scrape it like a piece of sharp metal would. So that's one thing that I wanted to point out to you. And it's spring loaded, so if you do run into something, and it pushes it in, the spring will push it back out right into where it needs to be. One thing I want to show you, if you get done trimming and you're ready to start mowing the lawn and you don't want this down, we came up with a bracket over here. So if you're ready to start mowing and you want this out of your way, you just flip this up, and there's a little latch over here to hold the trimmer up, and make sure it latches. It's a spring-loaded latch, so always make sure that latches. But now you're ready to mow. I mean, you don't have to take the trimmer off to mow, but if you wanted to, you certainly can. And you saw how I did that by pulling the pins out, and it's a very quick, easy step. So this is it, guys. I mean, it's pretty simple. If you have any questions, our numbers are on the website. You can call us with any questions you may have. I hope that this will give you a little guidance as far as how easily it is to mount this. But again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to give us a call at any time. Thank you.